Have you ever caught your dog eating sand, dirt, or licking the ground near car tires? It looks strange and sometimes even a little disgusting. Most owners stop them immediately. But here's the truth, dogs don't do this randomly. In fact, there are 5 real reasons dogs are obsessed with sand, and the last one explains exactly why car tires are their favorite. So, make sure you stay till the end to find out. Let's start with the first reason, smells you can't detect. We humans experience the world primarily through sight, but dogs experience it through smell. Their sense of smell is thousands of times more powerful than ours. So, what looks like just sand to us is actually a complex story to them. Sand is fantastic at trapping all sorts of scents. Think about it. Food residue from a picnic, the scent of other animals that have passed by, oils from cars, and even the faint smell of people who walked there hours ago. Especially in areas like parks or near parking lots, sand becomes a scent library. When dogs lick or taste the sand, they're not necessarily trying to eat it. They're investigating. Their tongues have scent receptors too, and this act of tasting allows them to gather more detailed information about who or what has been there. It's their version of reading the local newspaper, gathering all the gossip and news from the neighborhood. It's a deep, sensory investigation that we can't even begin to comprehend. The second reason is salt and minerals. Sand, particularly near roads, sidewalks, and tires, often contains trace amounts of salt and other minerals. In the winter, road salt used to de-ice streets gets mixed into the dirt and sand on the roadside. Dogs have a natural craving for minerals, especially if their diet is slightly deficient or if their bodies are low on something. You might notice this behavior increases after a long walk or run, especially in hot weather. Just like humans crave electrolytes after sweating, dogs might seek out these minerals to replenish what they've lost through exercise or dehydration. To your dog, that patch of sandy ground doesn't taste like dirt, it tastes interesting. It might have a salty, savory flavor that satisfies an instinctual need their body is signaling. Reason number 3 is all about texture and instinct. If you've ever had a puppy, you know they explore absolutely everything with their mouths. This behavior doesn't always go away as they get older. Sand offers a unique sensory experience. It has a gritty crunch, it moves when they lick it, and it has a texture that's very different from their usual food or toys. This mouthing and licking activates their natural curiosity. It's not about hunger, it's about instinctual exploration. It's the same reason your dog might enjoy chewing on sticks, crunching on ice cubes, or even nibbling on grass. Each of these textures provides a different kind of stimulation. For some dogs, the feeling of the sand grains on their tongue is just plain fascinating. It is a form of play and a way to engage with their environment using one of their most important tools, their mouth. Now for a reason that many owners miss, stress and boredom. Sometimes licking or eating sand isn't about taste or smell at all. It can be a self-soothing behavior when dogs feel bored, anxious, or overstimulated. They may turn to repetitive actions to calm themselves down. Licking is a naturally calming behavior for dogs. And focusing on the texture of the ground can be a way to zone out from a stressful situation. Think about the places where this often happens: busy streets with loud noises, crowded parking lots with lots of activity, or unfamiliar parks where they feel a bit overwhelmed. In these moments, that focused act of licking sand can be their way of coping. If your dog is understimulated at home and not getting enough mental exercise, they might also develop this habit out of sheer boredom, just looking for something, anything to do. But none of that fully explains why dogs are so specifically drawn to the sand right next to car tires. This next reason ties it all together. Here it is, reason number 5, why car tires are so irresistible. Car tires are masters at collecting and concentrating scents. As a car travels, its tires roll over an incredible variety of things. They pick up microscopic food particles from restaurant parking lots, residue from animals on the road, oils, and fluids from the pavement, the scent of countless humans, and most importantly the urine markings of other dogs. When that car parks, the heat from the tires can help transfer all those concentrated smells onto the ground beneath them. That one small patch of sand or dirt becomes a scent explosion. For a dog, it's like finding hundreds of messages all stacked in one convenient place. Licking the sand near a tire is their way of reading this complex story. It tells them where the car has been, what other animals are in the area, and which dogs have marked that territory. That's why they don't just lick any old patch of sand. They go where the information is strongest, and tires create the ultimate information hotspot. So, with all this licking going on, you're probably wondering, is it dangerous? Well, an occasional, casual lick of sand is usually harmless. A dog's digestive system is pretty robust. However, if your dog starts eating sand in larger quantities, it can become a problem. Too much sand can clump together in the stomach and intestines, causing irritation or even a serious blockage, which is a veterinary emergency. Furthermore, you have to consider what's in that sand. Roadside sand can be contaminated with chemicals like antifreeze, oil, and other toxic fluids from cars. And the tires themselves leave behind trace amounts of rubber and other potentially toxic residues. So, if you notice your dog doing this often, it's best to gently stop them and redirect their attention to something safer. So, what should you do instead of just saying no? If your dog is constantly trying to eat sand, it might be a sign they need something more from you. First, try increasing their mental stimulation. Puzzle toys, training sessions, and scent work games can tire out their brain and reduce boredom-related behaviors. Second, ensure they are properly hydrated, especially in warm weather. Always have fresh water available. Enrichment toys like a frozen Kong filled with peanut butter or a snuffle mat with hidden treats can also give them a much better outlet for their licking and foraging instincts. And of course, if the behavior is excessive or you're concerned, it's always a good idea to talk to your vet